Hello, and I'd like to welcome you all once again here to the old farmhouse in Reef on the west coast of the island of Lewis for another one of our wee Saturday night soirees. And the weather outside is absolutely gorgeous. I've been here a couple of days and the weather's been incredible. Beautiful, and it's quite amazing when up here because the sea, when the weather's nice, it's this turquoise blue colour, and it's just beautiful. Anyway, I've been joined by a couple of locals. Don't often do we have an audience, but I've got a couple of locals who have just popped in, and they're sitting with their little refreshments. And before I start to, I have to tell you that I've got a couple of corncrakes have decided to set up home outside the house, and they go all the time. And because of the big cliff, there's a big cliff at the back of the house. There's one particular corncrake, and the echo, his cracking noise is echoed off the big cliff, and he thinks it's another corncrake. And so he cracks, and then the echo comes back, and then he goes again, and he goes again, and he just goes on and on and on, and all through the night. And it's beautiful, and they're very rare. And this is one of the few parts of the country where you can actually hear them, and they are amazing. But they can get, if you ask any of the people who lived here when there was lots of corncrakes, you can get they have a different opinion of what the little corncrake. Anyway, I thought I would start with this, which is just a wee kind of love song of mine, and just to kind of waken up the vocal cords and. Here comes the morning, cruel and clear. There is no reasonable chance that it might disappear. And here comes the evening, it's still the same. We are just passengers upon this godless, ghostly train. And she loves me when I try. She thinks about me when I'm gone. Oh, she helps me when I can't hold on. And it's another market, another sale, another reason to believe we're ahead and cannot fail. But there's deadly dangers that we must endure. There are so many different ways, we never can be sure. But she loves me when I try. She thinks about me when I'm gone. Oh, she helps me when I can. And there is no ending to this tale. There is no destination on this long and restless rail. And here comes the morning, cruel and clear. There is no reasonable chance that it might disappear. But she loves me when I try. She thinks about me when I'm gone. Oh, she helps me when I can't hold on. And she loves me when I try. She thinks about me when I'm gone. Oh, she helps me when I can't hold on. Thank you very much, and that's my wee song, She Loves Me When I Try, a wee kind of a vaguely love song. And for those who might have not watched one of these shows from Lewis before, this is the old part of the wee house I have here, and it's pretty well intact. I haven't touched it from the 1850s probably. It's just exactly the same. And I remember somebody said to me, "Well, that's a lovely set you've got." And I'm saying that's not a set. That's the real thing. It's actually the real old part of the house. Anyway, I'm going to do a wee song with it. I thought we would do a number of chorus songs tonight, seeing as the weather's so nice and everybody's kind of in good spirits. And this is a song I wrote here in the kitchen table, just through there, a number of years ago. And the chorus is very easy. I actually wrote it in the middle of the winter, after watching how the wind, because sometimes on the island here in the winter time, the winds are just so strong that you just couldn't leave your house. It would be a dangerous thing to do. And I remember, and I wrote this song after watching a caravan passing my front room window in the storm. And so the chorus is easy. You sing, "I feel so near to the howling of the winds. I feel so near to the crashing of the waves. I feel so near to the flowers in the fields. I feel so near." Now, looking at the weather out there tonight, I mean, it's absolutely beautiful evening out there. You can't imagine it being that wild here. But and now it's very important visitors that I've got here, because I mentioned a couple of people here who are regularly gathered around the kitchen table with, and my good friend Finn, who is actually popped in, and he's going to, and Kathleen, who is the wife of Mardani, who's mentioned in the song, and she is sitting at the back there with a wee dram, and and she in fact she taught me to make drop scones on this. This is Kathleen. Taught me to make drop scones on this fire here a number of years ago, I remember. So we'll get a wee bit of singing here. We'll try and get the global choir to. Okay, so see if you can start in with this. So. You'll find me sitting at this table with my friend Finn and my friend John. My friend Mardani tells us stories of things long gone, long gone. And we will take a glass together. The whiskey makes it all so clear. It fires our dulled imagination. And I feel so near, so near. I feel so near to the howling of the winds. I feel so near to the crashing of the waves. I feel so near to the flowers in the fields. I feel so near. That's what you sing? Will we do it again so that I know that you've kind of got it? Maybe come on. I feel so near to the howling of the winds. I feel so near to the crashing of the waves. I feel so near to the flowers in the fields. I feel so near. The old man looks out to the islands. He says this place is endless thin. There's no real distance here to mention. We might all fall in, all fall in. No distance to the spirits of the living. No distance to the spirits of the dead. And as he turned, his eyes were shining, and he proudly said, here we go, make my noise. I feel so near to the howling of the winds. I feel so near to the crashing of the waves. I feel so flowers in the fields. I feel so near. And so we build our tower constructions, there to mark our place in time. We justify our great destructions as on we climb, on we climb. But now the journey doesn't seem to matter. The destination's faded out, gathering out along the headlands. I hear the children shout, children shout. I feel so near to the howling of the winds. I feel so near to the crashing of the waves. I feel so near to the flowers in the fields. I feel so where you sing it on your own. So we'll get the global choir going here. So have a wee mouthful of whatever glass you've got beside you, and we'll see how we get our global choir. See how loud you can get this going. You're on your own. I feel so. That's fantastic. It's so fantastic. I think you should all do it again with the wee harmony. And I think we need Kathleen to sing a wee bit louder up the back there. Here we go. You can hear Finn singing, but there's just the three of us. There's me, Finn, and Jenny. Me, Finn, Jenny, and Kathleen in each of us. Well, here we go. I feel so. The howling of the winds. I feel so near to the crashing of the waves. I feel so near to the flowers in the fields. I feel so near. I feel so near to the howling of the winds. Feel so near to the crashing of the waves, and I feel so near to the flowers in the fields. Last time, and I feel so near to the howling of the winds. I feel so near to the crashing of the waves. I feel so flowers in the fields. I feel so near. Well done. That was fantastic. That was fantastic. I'm getting the vibe here in the old farmhouse here on Reef of all the singing all around the world. Like I'm getting the kind of, I can feel it in the in the walls of the global choir. And now, if any of you think I'm looking a wee bit kind of red-faced tonight, it's because I've got a wee boat with a an outboard on it, and I was out this afternoon in the wee boat in the glorious sunshine, and I'm weather-beaten. I'm actually starting to look like an old salty dog or like an old sailor, my grandsons have christened my old boat the Captain Hobson because of the song that I wrote about my mother's brothers emigrating to Australia in the Captain Hobson. And so we were out in the Captain Hobson's this afternoon. I'm going to do. Now there was a couple of requests actually, which I'm going to read out. That song, "Feel So Near," was requested by Karen and Karsten from Denmark, and they're sailing on the Flensburg Fjord. 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 They're at the moment there must be on a ship somewhere. They're in a ship, so they would appreciate my stories of my Captain Hobson boat, and this song is for Butcher Kelly in Amherst in Massachusetts, and that's a great part of the country. I spent a lot of time up over there some years ago. Anyway, this song, it seems to me that the older you get, it seems to me that as you go through life, it doesn't matter if you make mistakes. If you make in fact, it doesn't matter if you make lots of mistakes. And if you fall down, the one thing you mustn't do is kind of give up and do nothing, And at least if you're making mistakes, you're out there tackling the whole business of life and you're getting stuck into it all. So mistakes are good. And But so that's what this song was about that, and I'm just going to have to do a wee bit of it. This has got a very complicated chorus, but you're more than welcome to join in with it if you can get the words, or you can just kind of la la la. Speak your mind, she said, but there are words best left alone. Try to be kind, she said, for there's no grace in doing wrong. And when you're standing on your highest hill and you shout but no one hears, you can fall but you must not lie down. You can fall, you must not lie down. Lost in the deep of the fiddle sweet sand, you can fall, but you must not lie down. Pull in your tired wings, oh, there's no need to know it all. Listen how the silence sings, 'cause there's a time for standing tall. And when you're standing on your highest hill and you shout but no one hears, you can fall, but you must not lie down. You can fall, you must not lie down. I know you're lost in the deep of the fiddle sweet sand. Or you can fall, you must not lie down. when you're standing on your highest hill, and you shout but no one hears it. Try it. You can fall, but you must not lie down. You can fall, but you must not lie down. I know you're lost in the deep of the fiddle's sweet sound. Oh, you can fall, but you must not lie down. Let's try and sing it one time all together. Look, if you can't get the words, you can just make something up. Come on. You can fall, but you must not lie down. You can fall, but you must not lie down. I know you're lost in the deep of the fiddle's sweet sound. You can fall, but you must not lie down. Thank you very much, and that's my wee song, Not Lie Down. And now we're going to do a song in Gaelic. Now this will confuse absolutely everybody, but I thought it'd be quite nice, seeing as we're doing the live stream from this wonderful part of the world, where it was one of the last kind of native Gaelic speaking places. And when I came here 30 years ago, most people spoke Gaelic first, and then English as the second thing. And so I wanted to learn, my grandparents all spoke Gaelic, and so I wanted to learn a song, and this is a song that I learned up here, it was written by Murdo McFarlane, who was kind of exiled on the Canadian prairies, and there's a line in it which goes, "There's no Cayley on the prairie," which I think, I'm sure is a better rhyme in Gaelic than it is in English. But the chorus is easy. You just sing, "Fally, fally, fally oro, fally, fally, fally oro, fally, fally, fally oro, escain then cain vogak milios." And translated into English, that just means "Fally, fally, fally oro, fally, fally, fally oro, fally, fally, fally oro. It's so long since I saw Lewis." So that's the song, and so we'll see if we can get everybody singing this. And I'm lucky that we have two native Gaelic speakers with Finn and Kathleen in here, so they can help us. And my apologies to Kathleen for my Gaelic, because I learned it phonetically. I don't have. I'm not a native. Kathleen taught me to sing this song. I know it, and that's okay. Do the chorus a couple of times. That's what we'll do. We'll do the chorus a couple of times before we start the song, and that way we'll all know what we're doing. Okay, so this is the chorus. Fally, fally, fally oro, fally, fally, fally oro, fally, fally. Fally oro, skian and kian, Fali, fali, fali oro. Fali, fali, fali oro. Fali, fali, fali oro. Skien and kien vågar miljoen. Satt alone and neiche jauri. Satt alone slag ik me a cleary lama. Schachloin reaching to triumph. You go. Oh, fali, fali, fali oro. Fali, fali, fali oro. Fali, fali, fali oro. Skien and kien vågar miljoen. O Antonieska evikiere stryke vis maspere kjana smanje höga kieden kina farbeden Oh, fali, fali, fali oro. Fali, fali, fali oro. Fali, fali, fali oro. Skien and kin vågar miljoen. These winter nights are long for me. Long, so long, so long for me. From this barren prairie's endless flow, I cannot hear the crashing shore. Oh, fali, fali, fali oro. Fali, fali, fali oro. Fali, fali, fali oro. It's so long since I saw this is where you sing it on your own. Is everybody ready? Have a wee mouthful of your dram. And don't worry, you're going to get help by Kathleen and Finn, who will guide you through this. So don't be afraid. Here we go. Oh, fine. Sounding fantastic. Like that's so good. I think that sounded so good. You should do it again with a wee chorus. Do the chorus, right? we go, right. They're talking in Gaelic at the back of the room here, Finn and Kathleen. Here we go. We'll get it nailed this time. Here we go. Oh, one last time, that sounds great. Let's see how loud we can get it. Get the global choir fired up here. Oh, Fali, 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 Oro, Fali, 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 Oro, Fali, 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 Oro. Well done, that was fantastic. And well done, Kathleen and Finn. Well then sadly that brings us to the end of our wee half an hour broadcast from the island of Lewis. If you go and Google it, it's a wee place called Reef, right on the west coast of the island of Lewis. And I wish I had a camera to show you what's outside the wee house here. Last night I took a little shot of the sunset over the islands, and it was absolutely gorgeous. And so you'll be able to, on Google Earth, you'll be able to kind of zoom in on Reef, and you'll see where we're doing the show from tonight. So thank you very much. Normally I have a wee glass of port, but always when I come to, I always treat myself to a wee glass of whiskey upon Lewis. So all that's left for me now to do is to say good night. Thank you very much for joining us. Thanks to Jenny for pressing the buttons, to Kathleen and Finn for popping in and making it feel like a wee party here in the old farmhouse. And I'll see you next weekend, and make sure you're all looking after each other, taking care of each other, and smiling like a tatty face. Oh, by the way, the tatty faces were not happy about me not taking them up here. They forced me to take a photograph of them, just so that they had a presence here. So they're here in thought. I'm a bit stressed out. I'm a bit worried about what kind of mess there'll be back down at Butterstone when I end up going back down again, because they tend to have parties and things like that when I'm away. So, but anyway, night. You all take care of yourselves. Keep smelling like a tatty face, and I'll see you next weekend. Aikava.